Well, hi there everyone, and welcome back to English with Dave YouTube channel. And I'm really astonished about today's video, just because I'd like to introduce you some English popular idioms related to sickness, illness, and health in general. As far as I've just told you, in this lesson you'll necessarily learn 13 idioms related to humans' health. It's not always easy to talk about these topics, but probably these idioms will help you feel more comfortable and natural in your any kind of daily situations, conversations, and something like that. So let's dive deeper and get into the lesson sooner. And the phrase number 1: to feel as a fiddle, or to be as fit as a fiddle. This phrase has a simple meaning, and that means to feel or to be very healthy. An example: he feels as fit as a fiddle. He might go for a job later. So the expression number 1, or number 2. To be a picture of health. To be a picture of health. This means to be a great example of a good health. To have a really good health. And it's so rarely nowadays, isn't it? My example is here. My friend was struggling with an illness, but now he's as a picture of health. And it really means that my friend has a really good level of his health, and it's really good. The phrase number 3: to have a splitting headache. To have a splitting headache. This just means to have a really bad headache when your head has a headache. An example: I had a splitting headache for 2 days when I was suffering from a migraine. The idiom number 4: to look, or to be, or we usually say to feel, under the weather. Yeah, and it's really popular English idiom, to feel under the weather. And this just means to be unwell, to look unwell, to feel unwell, or any kind of like that. An example: I have 2 ones here. You look a little bit under the weather, or I feel a bit under the weather at the moment. The phrase number 5: to take a turn for the worse. To take a turn for the worse. To be more ill or sick than somebody was previously. Or I'd like to say it's slightly another way. This means to feel ill or sick than was previously at that time, a quite time ago, a while ago. An example: I had a cold, but then I took a turn for the worse, and I had to go to hospital. The expression number 6: to take a turn for the better. To take a turn for the better. This means to improve in condition. To improve in condition. My example: the doctor said my grandmother would be in hospital for 3 months, but she took a turn for the better and returned home the next day. When we use this idiom, when somebody was in a really bad condition, and now, and Bob's your uncle, and he or she is in a really good condition again, and it's really good, and it's an excellent. I just say so. So the next expression that I prepared for you today, my dear English learners, is just number 7: to be black and blue. and this just means to have quite a few bruises. The marks you get after being hit. Bruise may appear on your face or any kind of your body part, on your hand, on your leg, on your tummy. Doesn't really matter. My example: he was black and blue when he returned home from the fight. After the fight, it's negative condition, and I would like get in this kind of situation. So the next expression: to take a tumble. To take a tumble. This means to have fallen over. To have fallen over. I've taken a tumble, and now I'm black and blue. So the next one: to go under the knife. To go under a knife. This means to have an operation, undergo cosmetic surgery. To undergo cosmetic surgery. Two examples are here. I had a really sore leg, but I went under a knife. She's gone under a knife quite a little bit in the past few years. These examples are okay. So let's go further. So the expression number 10: to be on somebody's last legs. To be on someone's last legs. We usually use this phrase when someone is very close to exhaustion, collapsing, or even death. It's a tragic situation. He's been sick for a while. I think he's on his last legs. Or she's been sick for a while, and I think she's on her last legs. The next phrase: to pop someone's clogs. To pop someone's clogs. And this means to die. To die. He popped his clogs halfway through the marathon. He popped his clogs halfway through the marathon. There can be using two similar expressions, such as the idiom to kick the bucket and the phrasal verbs to pass away. They both have they're really similar meanings. So the next 12 expressions. To be hanging by a thread. To be hanging by a thread. This means close to a situation becoming very serious or death. Close to a situation becoming very serious or death. She's hanging on by a thread. There is still hope, but it's not looking very good. She's hanging on by a thread. There is still hope, but it's not looking very good. Really a tragic situation, really awful. Abominable, I'd say so. And the final 13th expression that I have for you today is to feel like the deaf warmed up, or to look like the deaf warmed up. This means to look extremely unwell before the death agony becomes soon. My example: you look like death warmed up with that pale skin and those dark bags under your eyes. Go have a rest sooner. Honestly speaking, it's not always easy to talk about illness, and it's even more difficult to talk about death. As far as all we know, that for sure. As a result, or therefore, it's common Britain and the US and maybe in many other English-speaking countries to hear people use idiomatic expressions or slang expressions, phrase to discuss or to talk over these kind of situations. It's a polite way to make a difficult situation a little bit lighter and easier to talk about. So, and there we have it. That's exactly everything that I just wanted to tell you today, my dear learners, my dear students. And if you enjoyed and if you really loved this lesson and not only this one, subscribe to my channel, please. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time when I prepare the new English lesson with new interesting and important material for you, my dear English learners. Bye for now.